So I thought I'd make a short video basically showing off some of my dolls and whatnot because basically like a little like in honor of Monster High because this is their 16th I guess year anniversary of like how long the dolls have been out. So yeah, I wanted to do a video just basically expressing how much like I love the dolls and stuff. So I thought we could start with basically my main like reason I got into Monster High, like a little story time. But yeah, so we're going to start here. Frankie was a gift to me back in, I'm pretty sure it was around the dolls came out, I'm pretty sure in 2010, but I didn't get my first one until 2014, as a gift, at least I think. It was such a long time ago, but she was an Easter present for me from a friend of my mom's. So I ended up getting my very first doll, which was Frankie Stein. These are the Creep productions, so I don't have my original anymore, so I had to recollect all of the dolls. So just putting that out there. So Frankie was my very first doll. Also why Frankie has such like a hold on my heart, being my favorite, character and all. But yes, Frankie was mine. My siblings both one got Draculaura and the other got Claudine Wolf, so we had the three. And then, being kids and stuff, as time goes on, the dolls got, basically like lost or messed up. I'm pretty sure my siblings, Draculaura's legs broke off after so long of having her. And then I have no idea what happened to her, to be completely honest, of my siblings. And then mine, I ended up giving to a friend of mine so she could revamp her basically because mine had like chipped paint and a missing hand and all that back whenever I was young. So again, I was a kid whenever I first got mine. So yes, moving forward, I've never collected Laguna. When we were younger, I'd never seen her in the stores and whatnot, so this was my very first chance to have a Laguna. So I started collecting the dolls that I basically never had a chance to have. So yeah, my very first Laguna, I never had wave one of her ever. And I love her very much because I never had her, so she was like, special just because I never had her before. And then we're going to move to this side. I have never owned these four, ever. Operetta being one of my favorite characters. Not enough screen time, but one of my favorite characters. I'm so happy that I was able to basically get all the dolls that I have, but Operetta being one of my favorites. I love Operetta so much, so I just wanted to, put that in here. Here's my Toralei. Toralei being a really good character with a lot of screen time, considering they're the main, I would say, basically, if there was supposed to be, a bully type character, she was the character, But I love her. Her story, also another reason you would really need to know the story of her, etc., to even get her character. But a really good character. And I love that I was able to get, have the chance to actually have a Toralei of my own. I never had her before. And of course, I had to have the twins because these two were, literally one of my favorite, 2-packs ever. And I never obviously had them. But I only wanted them if I could have a Toralei as well because they're kind of a thing. Not like a thing, but you have to have the main and the two, just because it makes it feel more, I don't know. I loved watching this growing up, so it made it more special to have them all. I'm so happy that I was able to have them all. So I have Meowlity and Persephone, and yeah, so I'm so happy I was able to get them as well. I didn't get Abby, Spectra, Cleo and Deuce, and Ghoulia, sadly. I missed their release date, so I don't have their Creep production dolls. I really wish I would have been able to because Spectra being another one of my favorite characters, Abby being one of the dolls I used to have as a child, And I never had Cleo or Deuce, and I never had a Ghoulia, so sad to say I don't have them. Moving down here to the newer releases, I did used to have a Venus when I was a child. She was one of my most well taken care of dolls because I started to get her around the time where I started actually displaying my dolls instead of like playing with them, because like I said, this was years of collecting. I had over at least 200 G1 dolls when I was younger, because it wasn't just me collecting, it was siblings as well. But my Venus that I used to have was in very great condition. I don't have her anymore, but I used to have her. I never had the chance to collect these two, on the other hand. So to have these two is another, like, I'm honored I can even have them, because another character that I love, Rochelle Gargoyle, I never thought I'd ever own her. So happy that I do. I loved her in the Paris movie. I don't even know the name off the top of my head, but I actually had the Paris doll of Rochelle. I actually gave that to the same friend I gave my Frankie, just because, and she was in great condition. She had everything. But I gave her away just because this was a long time ago. Like, literally, I was in high school and I was going through a lot, so I just started to give away my things. So, and we have Rebecca Steam. Mine, for some reason, likes to look up, so we're just going to ignore that. But my Rebecca Steam, the colors are so pretty in person. I've never thought, like I said, I would have most of them, especially being these two, this Laguna, on any of those four, because like I said, it's like a rare chance. I never even had them before. Yeah, so I was just so excited that I was able, to get them. And then I wanted to go down into some of my Skelectors just to include them in this video. Frankie being my favorite character, I had to have the Barbie Frankie collab, because obviously I had to have my Frankie. Frankie, like I said, being my favorite character and all. Yeah, I love her. So we have Coraline. This was a gift to me from a event I had went to. So love my Coraline, as you can see. I really, personally, I love the face up. I just love the makeup on Coraline. So compared to, a lot of dolls, I feel like Coraline's face does look really, really nice from afar. So even up close. So this is where my river sticks will go when I get my river sticks. I'm still waiting. We have my David from the Lost Boys. I love this doll personally. I know a lot of people don't care for this doll, still even in stock, still on a sale, etc. But I love the doll. I don't have any complaints about the doll. Again, I think it just depends on your interests. I really love the doll, so I have my David. And then I also have, I'm pretty sure isn't it E8 or E? I don't remember her name. Oh no. This was from one of the movies, this doll, and I loved her, but she didn't have a lot of screen time in my opinion, but I had her gifted to me, so I wanted to unbox her because her box was severely damaged, like smoker related and whatnot. So I unboxed her just to have her out. She was in that box so long that her stand actually is a little lopsided, but I love her, so I have her displayed. I also wanted to show these because another prized possession of mine. This was the only chance I ever had to get a Cleo doll ever, of G1 at least. So I ended up getting the Cleo from this line, and I was able to get the Claudine and the Frankie. I did not get, sadly, the Draculaura and the Laguna. They were the most favorited, so they were harder to get for me. But yeah, so these are the ones that I did get. And then, of course, I have my Wednesday and my Edith. So, or my Eden. Why'd I say Edith? But yeah, these are my dolls. And I hope that everyone that loves Monster High just celebrates the fact that we've had them for this long. And yeah, thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.